Hello and welcome to Nerds United on YouTube, of course. My name is Mike Luther, and as you can tell, if you look here or here, Greg is absent right now. Don't worry, Greg is not gone. Greg is out doing Greg things, and he will, in fact, be on the podcast. But he told me, "Hey, Mike, why don't you, since I'm super busy right now, why don't you just do a little YouTube video?" And I said, "Okay, I guess I'll try." So I'm trying that right now. And I have a book or a comic book that I read, and I'm going to talk about that. And this video is going to be very short because I don't have anybody to banter to, and um, I can't ramble. I mean, I could probably ramble on for 30 minutes, like most of our YouTube videos are, but I don't. I gotta save my energy for the podcast. There's a lot of stuff we could talk about on the podcast because there's a lot of really good Marvel news and really good Star Wars news. So if you like Marvel and you like Star Wars, go to jitterymonkey.com /Nerds United, or just look for Nerds United on Apple Play or Google, Podbean, Stitcher. Just look for Nerds United. It's the logo with the monkey on it. It'll be on this video somewhere. All right. But anyway, sorry, that was a little bit of rambling. The book or a comic book or graphic novel, whatever you want to say, that I want to talk about right now is actually a sequel to one that I've already talked about in a previous video, and that is Middle West Book 2. So, I've already talked about Middle West Book 1, like I said, in one of these videos. I'm not sure which one. You're going to have to look. And hopefully you've already subscribed, and hopefully you've already liked this video, and hopefully you don't mind me rambling. I don't know. It's only 2 minutes right now. So, anyway. Middle West Book 2. So, I believe last time for Book 1, excuse me, I talked a lot, or I talked a little bit about how I thought it could be a Disney adaptation. Like, I was surprised that Disney hadn't bought the rights to it. And I think I mentioned Black Cauldron too. Because if you look, I mean, it's a comic book, and it's a kind of almost cartoon style, right? I'm going to open up one of the pages. I'm just going to open up to the first page so it doesn't really spoil much. But you can kind of see where that could be old school Disney, right? Well, I have to be corrected here. No, it's still good technically, but it's not going to be a direct adaptation of this because Book 2 has a lot more swearing on it. There is one page alone where one of the characters just says shit several times, right? It's also more violent. There's a lot more fights, and when the fights happen, there's a lot of blood, right? So maybe Disney's not the right way to go. Unless of course, they take that out. Disney knows what they're doing. They're like a $1 billion company. So my phone just went off. I don't know who it is. Also, and I should have said this in the very beginning, got to give credit where credit is due. This is, as told by writer, I'm just reading the back of this, by the way, now. As told by writer Scotty Young, who also wrote I Hate Fairyland and Deadpool. Deadpool's pretty popular. And artist, I'm going to say Jorge. Jorge, if it's George, correct me on social media somewhere. Jorge Corona, who also drew For Feathers and #1 with the Bullet. And then, so this is like a little synopsis on it. Abel's quest to find answers continues to shape who he will become. With the fox at his side, Abel consults the bygone beings of an ancient Middle West, while his father, Dale, continues to unravel as he desperately pursues a son who does not want to be found. It also says, that's what you get with the story. Seeking security and well-being doesn't mean settling into contentment or trying to find an easy way out. It means when things get difficult, there are people to count on and a place to find comfort and respite. I think that's how you pronounce the word. Abel thought he'd find that, but like so many others before him, his lack of self-control has put his new home and those closest to him in jeopardy. Once again, I try not to spoil these because I want you to go out and go to your local comic book store safely. If you were where I used to live, you would go to Twilight Comics, Philadelphia, Illinois, and you would ask and you would say, "Hey, I want Middle West Book 1 and 2." There's more out there, which I'll get to in a second here. But you would read those, and that's what I want. I want you to read more comic books. So real brief, this one right here, starting with book 1. Essentially, there's a child, Abel, who finds out he has some kind of power. It's hard to. It's almost like he can control the weather, or it's like he becomes a tornado. Really, that's the best way I can say it. And it happens when he gets angry, right? His dad has the power, right? And then he has this power. And in book 2, you find a little bit more about his past, a little bit more about the power. One thing that I kind of like about this one, even though it might sound like a bad thing, is like at the end of it, it's very much a cliffhanger. Like, I very much want to read book 3 now. I don't have book 3, Greg. I don't know if you have book 3 or not, but eventually I'll get book 3. I'm not running out of comic books to read, but this is a very, very good story. Even though it can't be a Disney adaptation, it's still, I enjoy it. All right. So next week, I don't know if I'm going to have a story for you or a review because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you which comic book I've started on. And it's a classic. If you've read comic books, you've probably read this one. Drink water, by the way, delicious. So let me take my book out of there. Put a new bookmark in. All right. This is for if I don't get finished by next week, I'm going to sure have it finished in 2 weeks. If you didn't read it, Captain America, Winter Soldier. I know that the Marvel movie Captain America, Winter Soldier, starring Chris Evans and Sebastian Stan and others. I'm completely blanking on who's in it now. I don't know. I'm completely blanking. I love that story. I know before anybody says anything, before anybody comments, I know that the comic book story is not the same as the movie version. I can tell that already. Just in the, let's go page. Oh yeah, I don't have page numbers. I'm probably on like page 10. Right. I know I'm going to enjoy it. Oh, hopefully I am. If there's a comic book that you enjoy, comment below. By the way, you should have already liked this video. Haven't mentioned that. Or like here, subscribe here, or however it is. Tell your friends about this. And if you think, hey, this video is horrible because this big guy in a hat and very much a graying beard just sat there and rambled and said a lot, well, you gotta blame Greg on that one. All right, Greg. Next time we'll be here, and then he'll stop me from rambling, and he'll be able to talk a lot. So thank you for listening. Hopefully this video, I know I would say hopefully it's short. I know I can't see it. For me, a timer's right here. I know the timer's not right there for you, but timer's right there for me, and it says it's not even 10 minutes. So, hey. I was trying to think of how Greg ends this, and he has a big thing. He's like, blah, 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 blah. And I should pay attention when he does that. I haven't yet. Be kind and rewind.